There is one thing that this crisis has taught us, if there is one lesson learned, is that a pandemic spares no one. It stops at no border and recognizes no national difference. It's a graphic evidence of the fact that the world is one. So tackling this global crisis and its consequences requires solidarity, requires multilateral solutions, cooperation at international and regional level. And the EU is strongly committed to international cooperation and in contributing to multilateral solutions to address the pandemic and its consequences. And we are working with our international partners to do so. Domestically, we have stepped up our cooperation with member states, and we have set in motion an array of common tools to address the immediate health challenge and the risk of a severe economic fallout. It's fair to say that at the beginning of the crisis, no one around the world was really prepared for something of this magnitude. And the European Union was no exception. But after a bumpy start, I think that now, I mean, for the past few weeks, the European Union has been standing up to the challenge remarkably. We have put in place extraordinary measures to deal with the crisis. We have created a common stockpile, for instance, of medical equipment. We have invested heavily in treatment, in vaccines. We have organized joint procurement of urgent supplies. We have also set up a team of experts and researchers to share the best knowledge and to save lives. So in short, we are using every available tool to save lives and to protect the livelihood in a truly European spirit of solidarity. I'm convinced that Europe will emerge from this crisis even stronger as a union grounded on trust and solidarity. And I'm happy to say that the EU and India share the same values in this respect, the same values of democracy, of pluralism. We both believe in an open society. And we strongly believe in multilateralism. This is particularly relevant now as we are facing this global crisis, which requires a coordinated global response. The European Union and India are already working together, be it bilaterally or in multilateral fora, such as the United Nations or G20, precisely to share a global response, which is up to the challenge based on cooperation and solidarity. We have together to mitigate the impact of the virus. We have to foster research and innovation, research on vaccines. And we have to share best practices. We have to ensure that knowledge and expertise are universally disseminated and that information is transparently shared. As part of our global response, the European Union has also mobilized a significant amount of funds, 15 billion or so, to help vulnerable partners around the world, particularly in Africa, to deal with the impact of the pandemic. So we will need a coordinated response also in the wake of the crisis, also to face economic consequences of the virus. We are all in this together, and we must together address the situation. The G20 coordination will be key in this respect, and I'm very happy to acknowledge, to pay tribute to the fact that India has very rightly started the conversation in the G20 about the virus. So the European Union and India share priorities that will be central in shaping also the world's agenda in a post-COVID scenario. I'm referring here, for instance, to the fight against climate change. We have to work together for a greener, sustainable growth. We have to work together for increased resilience. We want to foster research and innovation. We want to invest in digitization. And we want to uphold our values in doing so, supporting a rules-based world governance based in multilateralism. So in short, the European Union and India have converging interests and shared values. And we shall together unleash the full potential of this strategic partnership. We can succeed in overcoming this crisis only if we act in a coordinated manner globally. And I'm convinced that in this respect, you and India can lead. You and India can lead in this endeavor.